Good evening. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Hi all. Okay. We'll be continuing the next topic, that is today we'll be taking environment. We have already completed economics and most important topics for prelims 2020. Today we'll be taking environment for prelims 2020. This will be a section of 15 questions with most probability in prelims 2020. So it is important to know at least these in related to current affairs in environment for 2020 prelims, and your prelims is coming in 10 days, and you should be revising your topics. As every time I say, this time is very important for you. You should at least revise for all the time. Okay, you should be revising your topics for next 10 days, so it will be beneficial for you. Okay, let's start this topic. Today we'll be taking environment and start with the most important topic, that is BS6 regulations. That is recently India has moved towards BS6 in April, so this becomes one of the most important topics for your prelims. That is, in this session you need to understand the standards under BS6. You would have learned almost every aspects of BS6 because it is very important for your prelims. The first thing you need to understand is the standards or changes that is being undertaken under BS6. For example, whenever UPSC asks a question, the importance of the topic will be there will be a paradigm shift, or there will be a change, or it will be a new initiative. So BS6 have certain scientific and technological aspects that is changing within the automobile industry and also in petroleum industry. So you should be learning the standards under BS6. That is, BS6 is in relation with the Euro standards, that is European standards for emission. It is related to the very basic aspects, that is it is related to it is related to emission standards. So the country is trying to reduce the CO2 emissions through these regulations, that is through BS6, adopting the Bharat Stage 6 standards and also developing different technologies for automobile industry. So we will be moving into the standards of BS6 regulation. The first one will be there can be a statement similar to this: BS6 requires the tweak of their respective products in automobile industries or in oil marketing companies. There may be a statement where UPSC will be giving you that only oil marketing companies need to take their products, but in BS6 there should be a certain technological aspects or change in technological aspects related to automobile manufacturers as well as oil marketing companies. That is, both oil producers or petrol or diesel producers should be changing their products. Also, there will be certain changes in automobile sector as well. The standards will be, the first one is nitrogen oxide level for BS6 grade diesel engine and petrol engine will be brought down by 70% and 25% respectively. That is, the total nitrogen oxide production within the diesel engine and petrol engine will be reduced. In diesel engine it will be reduced by 70%. In petrol engine it will be reduced by 25%, because petrol engine is more refined than diesel engine, so the reduction will be very minimum for that. Okay, that is the reason. If you cannot remember the ender value, just remember that petrol engines are already refined, so there is a little bit of tweak needed, while for the diesel engines there will be a maximum tweaking is necessary. And next one is the BS6 also reduced the particulate matter limit by 80% from BS4 for diesel vehicles and introduce PM limit for or particulate matter limit for petrol vehicles. That is, in there is particulate matter, that is 2.5, 5 and 10. There is a 80% reduction in diesel engine, and there is a specified limit for petrol engine as well. And the third one is next one is the sulfur traces in BS4 fuel is 5 times lower as compared to sulfur traced in BS4. That is, the BS6 fuel contained sulfur traces of 10 parts per million, while it was 50 ppm for BS4 fuels. That is a change in or a shift in or a change in standards in oil or petrol. Okay, and the new technological systems incorporated into automobiles are, there is a diesel particulate filter and selective catalytic reduction. Both these systems are being integrated into BS6. The idea of this is to reduce, for example, the selective catalytic reduction converts NO and NO to molecular nitrogen and oxygen by reacting NOx with ammonia. That is, there can be a question similar to that. What is the purpose of selective catalytic reduction in BS6 vehicle? That is, it converts the nitrous oxide to nitrogen dioxide. Nitrous oxide and nitrogen dioxide to nitrogen and oxygen. That is molecular nitrogen and oxygen by reacting with the NH3 or ammonia, and in the presence of a catalyst, and reduces NOx emission. That is, it helps in reducing the NOx emission. Similarly, diesel particulate filter also helps in reducing PM, particulate matter or PM. Okay, and there is also real driving emission and onboard diagnostics are introduced in India. Real driving emission is nothing but before that only laboratory conditions were initiated or tested for a vehicle to identify the emissions by a vehicle, but under BS6 new initiatives have been undertaken, that is real driving emissions in real life situation or in a road condition, how much is the emissions that is being tested, and also onboard diagnostics, which helps to diagnose the entire system ECU or entire system of the automobile, so that it can be identified whether it is emitting more or less. That is the basic standards under BS4. And an extra points will be, India has skipped BS5, never implemented BS5. We have directly moved to BS6 standards. That should be known to you, and it is equivalent to European standards. And India is one of the few countries that has been already adopted BS6. Okay, we have initiated the rollout from April first week, but due to COVID-19 pandemic, it has been initiated, but there is some reduction in rules and regulation, so that automobile countries can sell out their pending BS4 standards. There was certain standards like that. Okay, just understand this. You should be thorough with the standards, and you should be learning the purpose of each of the new standards or systems incorporated into automobiles. Okay, that is standards under BS4. This is the first topic. The next topic will be black carbon and brown carbon. There is different types of carbon defined for climate change, or different types of carbon causing climate change and helping to remediate the issues of climate change. Okay, first one is black carbon and brown carbon. You should be having a comparative analysis of all these. There is green carbon, there is gray carbon. You should just go through all that. And the first one is black carbon and brown carbon. Just understand the very basics of these things. Do not go into detail. Just identify that what is it and how it is produced or how it is developed. Just go through that only. There is no need of a detailed study on any of these. If there is a question on black carbon or brown carbon, it will be like black carbon is this, brown carbon is this, which of the following statements is true, or what do you mean by black carbon or brown carbon? There is nothing else. Do not go in detail about all these things. Just understand what is it and how is it produced. Okay. So first one is black carbon. It is a solid particle or aerosol and not a gas. It results from incomplete. This is black carbon. Black carbon is a solid particle or aerosol. It results from incomplete combustion of fuels and biomass. That is, it is produced by incomplete combustion of biofuels and biomass. They absorb light and about 1,000,000 times more energy than CO2. And second one is brown carbon. This is a class of organic carbon known for its the color is light brownish and absorbs strongly in the ultraviolet wavelengths and less significantly going into the visible. And the major brown carbon types are tar materials from smoldering fires or coal combustion breakdown biomass. Normally it is produced under biomass burning. And the difference between black carbon and brown carbon is black carbon will be emitted from a high temperature combustion. At the same time, brown carbon will be emitted by biomass combustion. That is, if you are burning a charcoal or a wood in an open environment, that will result in emission of brown carbon. And for example, in the case of diesel engine or petrol engine, it will emit black carbon. That is, black carbon is emitted from high temperature combustion. At the same time, brown carbon is emitted from biomass combustion. Okay, just understand these. Black carbon is purely absorbs light or pure light. At the same time, brown carbon will be more seen in ultraviolet wavelengths. That is, both of these are very harmful for the environment because it absorbs ultraviolet particles and also CO2. Okay, both have certain issues. Okay, this can result in increase in global warming. Okay, that is black carbon and brown carbon. You should also go through the other carbon types. Okay, these are in news. You should just go through green, gray, etc. All that matters. Next one is Petersburg climate dialogue. Just understand the very basics of Petersburg climate. That is, it was launched in 2010 by Germany after failed climate negotiations in 2009 Copenhagen summit. Just understand that. Just go through Petersburg climate dialogue. It aims to provide a broad framework for developing strategies against climate change. That is, the primary aim is to develop broad strategies for climate change, reduce the effects of climate change. And the co-chair of climate dialogue is the country presiding over the next. A difference or a peculiarity of Petersburg climate dialogue is the co-chair of the climate dialogue will be the next presiding officer of UNFCCC. Okay. And this just provides a strategy, the whole strategy or a framework for strategy for climate change. Okay, to reduce the effects of climate change. That is Petersburg climate dialogue. Just understand all these factors. There is nothing more. Just understand the very basics of these things. Okay. Next one is CARE project. It is also very important. That is, this project will be aiming at developing resilience to climate threats and disasters by sharing regional data and knowledge. That is the primary idea of CARE project is to share the regional data and project between different countries so that more resilient systems can be developed. That is, this is not about building a strong strategies or identifying different programs for climate change. Rather, it will be sharing data and available knowledge and provides knowledge platform for a region so that better strategies can be built. That is, it is just a knowledge sharing or data sharing platform, and it aims to develop a regional standards and guidelines for infrastructure promoting climate resilient policies and investment. That is, it does aims to develop regional standards. So that, for example, in the region South Asian standards, in South Asia there will be certain standards that should be followed in a buildings and also for policies and strategies for reducing the effects of climate change. Okay, and it will fund a public domain platform known as Regional Resilience Data and Analytics Services. Okay, Regional Resilience Data Analytics Services, and CARE will work with two regional organization, that is Regional Integrated Multi-Hazard Early Warning System for Africa and Asia, or RIMES, and Asian Disaster Preparedness Center, ADPC. In Asia Pacific region, it will be working with RIMES and ADPC, and there is a donation by International Development Association under World Bank for developing the various aspects of CARE projects. Okay, that is, in this thing you just need to understand the very basics of CARE project. World Bank and IDA participates in that, first one. Second one, it is primarily a knowledge sharing platform in the region, or it will provide data and knowledge for the partners or countries in the region. Third one is the public domain platform will be known as Regional Resilience Data and Analytics Services, and fourth one is RIMES and ADPC participates in the CARE network. That's it. There is nothing but remember these four basic things. You just need to focus on these four things. Okay, no need of going in detail in all these things. For example, whenever you study international organization, just go through the basics, just get the ideas or knowledge or whatever it is for cracking prelims question. Do not overdo it. Do not try to remember all the things. You will end up forgetting everything. Okay, you should be focusing on the very basic things. When it happened, how it happened, what is the objective, and who all are the participants. Remember these four characters or these four features. You just need to follow these four factors. That is necessary for your prelims. That is only necessary for your prelims. Do not overdo anything. Okay. Next one is Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. This is one of the most important topics for prelims because this is the second platform after International Solar Alliance by India. That is, it was announced by India's PM at the UN Climate Action Summit in 2019 held in USA, and it is a voluntary international grouping linking governments, UN agencies, banks, private sector groups and academia to develop the resilience of infrastructure systems to climate and disaster risks. CDRI will set targets for member countries to bring down disaster deaths, economic losses, strive to achieve the sustainable development goal, etc. And governing council is the highest policy making body of CDRI, and it is co-chaired by India and a representative of another national government nominated by rotation every 2 years. Okay, the basic things are this is the second international climate platform developed by or designed by India after International Solar Alliance, and it is been announced in it was announced in the UN Climate Action Summit of 2019 held in US, and it is a voluntary organization participating almost everyone. Banks is there, private organizations is there, NGOs is there, everyone can participate. And third one is, it will set targets for member countries to bring down disaster deaths. Okay, the primary aim is to, it will set certain targets to reduce the effects of disasters. And last one is, it will be co-chaired by India plus a country in rotation, member countries, for 2 years. Recently, I think UK or Germany was chose as a co-chair of CDRI. This should be understood. All these basic facts should be known to you. There is a chance that this will be in prelims 2020. Okay, remember Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, CDRI. Okay, there is a chance, there is a very high chance for CDRI in your prelims. Okay, the next one is observatory for Gangetic dolphins. You just remember this observatory for Gangetic dolphins. It was being built by government, Bihar government in Bhagalpur district. That is, the Bihar government is building a first observatory for Gangetic dolphins in Bhagalpur district. This can be a flag, or in current affairs 2020, or for your current affairs related to prelims 2020, this could act as a flag where you will be learning the other details regarding this news, that is the presence of Gangetic dolphins, or where we can find Gangetic dolphins, or countries, or is India is endemic, is Gangetic dolphin is endemic to India, what are the other type of freshwater or riverine dolphins. Remember to learn all aspects regarding Gangetic dolphin, that is IUCN status. It is India's national aquatic animal. Go through that. There is a chance that you will be getting certain questions on Gangetic dolphins. Okay, just go through that. You would have already learned about Gangetic dolphin because it is very important for your prelims and mains. You would have already completed it. Just go back and just revise it. Okay, that is very important for your prelims. That is, the news is, or the current affairs related to this is, there is a first observatory developed by Bihar government for Gangetic dolphins in Bhagalpur district. Okay, just understand that, and with that as an input, you should also learn about Gangetic dolphin. There can be a question on Gangetic dolphin. Okay, that is sixth one. And seventh one is South Asian Climate Outlook Forum, SASCOF. 1 minute. Okay, that is South Asian Climate Outlook Forum, or SASCOF. It is a regional forum to forecast the southwest monsoon season rainfall. That is, it aims to forecast southwest monsoon, and it was established in 2010. In recent years, there was a tendency by there is a pattern in UPSC questions that there will be one question regarding this international organization, this or this climate organization was formed in 2019. Understand that. That is, there is a chance that South Asian Climate Outlook Forum was established in 2009. There can be a statement. Okay, for that you can understand this. That is, it was established in 2010 and is coordinated by Indian Meteorological Department, or IMD. India Meteorological Department is coordinating the activities of South Asian Climate Outlook Forum, and it covers Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Myanmar, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. That is, it is South Asian Climate Outlook Forum, so it is also related to the South Asian region. That is, Afghanistan is there, Bangladesh is there, Bhutan is there, India is there, Maldives is there, Myanmar is there, Nepal is there, Sri Lanka and Pakistan is all the neighbors, including extended neighbors like Maldives is added into this. Okay, I think you are getting the idea. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay, am I audible? Can you hear me? Is there any issue? Please let me know. Okay, and the main activity of SASCOF is to preparation and issuing of a consensus outlook for the southwest monsoon. That is the same thing. It is a regional forum to forecast the southwest monsoon season. That is it. Just understand, it is for southwest, predicting southwest monsoon rainfall. Second one, it is established in 2010. It includes all the neighboring countries plus Maldives. It is also considered as a neighboring country of India or extended neighbor of India. So all the neighboring countries with Maldives are part of South Asian Climate Outlook Forum or SASCOF. That's it. There is nothing other than this is needed for your Prelims 2020. Okay. Next one is Global Animal Protection Index 2020. Okay. Global Animal Protection Index 2020, released by World Animal Protection, which is an international animal welfare charity. And just understand that if there is a question on Global Animal Protection Index, that will be like, who releases? Well, Global Animal Protection Index, that is World Animal Protection releases that, and the ranking strategy is it ranks countries from A, that is highest score, to G, the weakest score, and India has obtained a C in ranking index. That is it. There is nothing other than this is needed. Okay. Next one, greenage. Greenage is nothing but it was a scheme adopted in 2018-2019 time. There can be a question, there is a possibility of greenage because it is one of the most prominent project in collaboration with multiple organizations and multiple departments. It is one of the major initiatives by the government of India. So just go through that also, even if it is not directly related to the current affairs 2020. That is Government of India in collaboration with FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, and in association with FAO launched a Global Environment Facility Assisted Project, that is greenage. There is three major participants in greenage, that is Government of India, FAO and GEF, and it is that is greenage, and it aims to transform Indian agriculture for global environment benefits. That is, it aims to reduce the effects of agriculture in climate change. And there is high conservation value landscape in 5 states adopted for developing greenage program. That is, first one is Chambal landscape in Madhya Pradesh, Damba landscape in Mizoram, Simlibal landscape in Odisha, Desert National Park landscape in Rajasthan, and Corbett Rajaji National Park in Uttarakhand. Okay, there can be a question like that. Arrange the following: Madhya Pradesh, there will be Damba, there will be Desert National Park in Odisha. Arrange the following according to their location. There can be a question. Okay, so just remember all the 5 landscapes and their respective countries, and also the objective of greenage, and also the participants of greenage. That's it. That's it for your prelims. Even if you don't know 1 or 2 statements from 4 or 5 statements given by UPSC, that is not an issue. You can eliminate more options by your options itself, or you can eliminate statements through option. Just practice it. That's it. Okay, that is greenage. Go through that. Go through 5 states and 5 landscapes. Next one is shadow zone. Shadow zone. Sorry. It is an area of almost stagnant water which is sitting between rising currents caused by rough topography and geothermal heat source. For example, in Pacific region, consider this as a Pacific region, it is located to the north of Pacific region, that is northern Pacific region, where the water is almost stagnant due to rough topography and geothermal heat sources, and it is wind driven current closer to the surface in northern Pacific. Just understand, it is located in northern Pacific and it is caused by rising currents caused by rough topography and geothermal heat source. It is sitting between rising current caused by rough topography and also geothermal heat source, and it is in North Pacific. And recently scientists have been identifying that it is one of the oldest water present in the world. That is, actual recycling of water is not happening there. Evaporation is there, but actual hollow circulation, that ocean circulation is not happening there. That is, it is almost stagnant. By carbon dating, scientists have been identifying that it is one of the oldest waters present in the world. Okay, this is shadow zone. And next one is ACROS, or atmospheric and climate research modeling observing systems and services. ACROS, that is, it pertains to the atmospheric science programs of Ministry of Earth Sciences and addresses different aspects of weather and climate services. For example, it tries to, ACROS is an umbrella scheme with 9 sub schemes. All these schemes try to identify cyclones, storm surges, heat waves, thunderstorms, etc. All these are included in ACROS. That is, it aims to model the climate and atmosphere within India. That is, it is an umbrella scheme containing 9 sub schemes, and it is implemented in an integrated manner through IMD, that is India Meteorological Department, then Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology and Medium Range Weather Forecasting, or National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, and ENCOIS, that is International Center for Ocean Information Services. You just understand, it is carried out by Ministry of Earth Sciences in association with all these members, and the primary aim is to identify or develop a atmospheric and climate research model, and it is a umbrella scheme having 9 different sub schemes. Okay, that is necessary for only that is necessary for your prelims 2020. There is no other things needed for the interview. Okay, next one is Gothenburg Protocol. That is, the primary aim is to abate acidification, eutrophication and ground level ozone, or the primary aim of Gothenburg Protocol is to reduce acidification, eutrophication and ground level ozone, and is a part of Convention on Long Range Transboundary Air Pollution. It is part of Long Range Transboundary Air Pollution. You should also go through Convention on Long Range Transboundary Air Pollution, and it also aims to control and reduce the emissions of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, ammonia, volatile VOCs and particulate matters. All these results in acidification and eutrophication, ground level ozone, etc. So this is the Gothenburg Protocol is related to reducing the effects of, or reducing the impacts of, or reducing the incidence of acidification, eutrophication, ground level ozone, etc. That is the primary aim. It is part of Convention on Long Range Transboundary Air Pollution. You should also go through that. And next one is sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, NH4, volatile VOCs and PM. All these are being controlled through Gothenburg Protocol. That is it for Gothenburg Protocol. The idea is, whenever you are learning certain things about international organization or international protocols, you just need to focus on these things. That is, the aim of that protocol or international conventions, the methodology adopted by that convention or protocol, and the participants, if any, or if there is a exclusion or not, just go through that, the participants of that protocol or international organization, and last one is the primary area of working. All these factors should be learned. No other idea or points are needed in Gothenburg, any protocols or international agreements. Just go through these basic principles. For prelims, it is only required. Only all these are required there. No need for entire thing. Okay, that is Gothenburg protocol. Next one is International Nitrogen Initiative. Do go through this. This is very important. International Nitrogen Initiative. It is an international program set up in 2003 under sponsorship of Scientific Committee on Problems and Environment, or SCOPE, and for International Geosphere Biosphere Program, IGBP, to optimize nitrogen's beneficial role in sustainable food production. Okay, International Nitrogen Initiative is to optimize, the aim is to optimize nitrogen's beneficial role in sustainable food production. How nitrogen can be used in developing or beneficial or converting nitrogen for the beneficial role in food production. That is the primary aim of International Nitrogen Initiative. It is being developed by the partnership of SCOPE and IGBP. SCOPE is Scientific Committee on Problems of Environment, SCOPE, and International Geosphere Biosphere Program, IGBP. Okay, just understand this. This is enough for answering your prelims. If there is a question, you can directly answer this. There can be twisted statements in your prelims examination. Just learn your basic concepts regarding all this. Try to use these basic concepts in identifying or eliminating various statements. You need not identify every correct statements, rather you should be eliminating your wrong option. Just understand the very wrong answers or very wrong statements from the questions given. Okay, there can be a very broad and there can be blunders in your statements. Just identify that blunders. Okay, this is not correct. Whatever it is, this is not correct. Just identify that thing. You can eliminate at least 2 options from the A, B, C, D. Okay, if B and D are gone, then A and C are the only chances. You can get that. Okay, there is a chance that your answer will be more correct. Do not confuse. Do not believe that your studying was not perfect, or you did not study well. So UPSC is asking me tough questions. Don't think all these in your exam hall. Do focus on remembering what you have learned. It is enough for cracking the prelims. That is, just remember you can crack this. You have already studied enough for this prelims 2020. You may have studied for next prelims also. Just understand that you have prepared enough, and now you need to focus on eliminating various options. Do not be stressed in your examination hall. Be cool, be nice, don't worry. Whatever is going to happen, it will happen. You need not worry about that. Do not focus on your friends, your family, your worries, your success, your failure. Just do not go for that. It should not be your strategy. Rather, you have given with 100 set of questions. You are getting 100 questions, and you are going to eliminate whichever options is wrong. If you have eliminated, strike it down. There is no need for rethink. If you are going to rethink on each and every statements, once you have identified at the first reading, you will have got that it is wrong. In second reading, you will be identifying that I might have missed this statement. This might be in my book, and UPSC is so brilliant, and UPSC is so fascinating, so this can be true. Do not go for that. Do not go for that thought. Do it wisely. Okay, just understand the very basics. For example, in the case of International Nitrogen Initiative, you just need to know the aim. That is, it is to optimize the nitrogen's beneficial role in sustainable food production. The aim. Second one is the participants. That is COP and IGBP. Enough. You are going to get at least 2 statements. If there is 2 statements or 3 statements, you are going to get at least 1. That can help in eliminating various options. Okay, do not overdo, just go through the basics. And next one is Central Asian Flyway Action Plan. While you are learning this Flyway Action Plan, you should also go through Destination Flyways. Destination Flyways, you should also go through that. That is, it is one among the 9 flyways in the world. That is, there is 9 flyways in the world, and Central Asian Flyway Action Plan is one of the 9, and it encompasses overlapping migration routes over 30 countries. It is primarily located from Russia to India. Okay, consider it as India. This pathway is considered as Central Asian Flyway Action Plan, including all Arab countries, Central Asian countries, and Russia in that region. That is, for these Central Asian Flyway Action Plan focus on different water beds linking their northernmost breeding grounds in Russia, that is Siberia, to the southernmost non-breeding wintering seasons in West and South Asia. That is, West Asia is there, that is Arab countries is there, and also India is there. In Maldives, British Indian Ocean, etc. Okay, that is breeding grounds in West and South Asia, the Maldives and the British Indian Ocean. Okay, that is the primary aim of Central Asian Flyway Action Plan. You should also go through Destination Flyways. There is migratory Convention on Migratory Species is there. CMS is there. CMS is there can be a statement that CMS is meant for birds only. That is not correct. That is for leopards, snow leopards, etc. You should also understand that. Connect your topics with the basics. Okay, I'm not taking all the basic facts and regarding environment science here. I'm just giving you the hint. There can be a question on Central Asian Flyway Action Plan. It might not be directly in the name of Central Asian Flyway Action Plan. There can be question on Destination Flyways. There is a program by CMS, and even there can be a question on CMS. Okay, just connect. There is you not need separate time for all this. Just go through these ideas. Connect your current affairs with basics. Okay, the next one, that is last one. This is also very important. That is carbon capture, utilization and storage techniques, CCUS. Okay, CCUS is technologies or CCUS technologies. Sorry. That is here, carbon capture, utilization and storage, or CCUS, is an important emissions reduction technology that can be applied across the energy system. That is, CCUS is a set of technologies that can be applied in reducing emissions by energy system. Okay, just search for CCUS and various technologies can be identified. And related to CCUS, CCUS technologies also provide the foundation for carbon removal and negative emission. Remove carbon or remove carbon dioxide emissions from energy production. That is the primary aim. And recently, the Department of Science and Technology has invited proposals from Indian researchers under accelerating CCUS technology. That is why it was in news. The Act is an international initiative that is accelerating CCUS technologies. Act is an international initiative of 16 members including India to establish CCUS as a tool to combat global warming. That is, just understand what is CCUS, what is related to CCUS, that is Act or accelerating CCUS technologies, and India is a member of Act. Just understand that. There is no need for every other reasons, okay, or every other facts. Just go through CCUS website. Okay, these are the very important topics for Prelims 22 from 2020 from environment. You should also learn the species in news. Just go through species in news and also go through critically endangered species in India. You can download the Ministry of Forest and Climate Change. Their handbook is there on critically endangered species. Just go through that. Go through the species in news and also revise your basics. That is needed for environment. There is no need for any other details. If you are learning more and more, it will confuse you only. Just go through this. Okay, these 15 topics plus species plus critically endangered species plus the very basics of your environments. That is it for environment for prelims 2020, and these are the topics for environment. And thank you for being with me. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Any doubts? So subscribe to our channel if you are not already subscribed. Do subscribe. Tomorrow there will be class. Most probably the topic will be science and technology. Go through that, and also there will be furthermore there will be 4 or 5 sessions for all these. Yeah, economic sessions almost completed. We will not be taking the basics of economics. We just focus on the most important topics that can be in your prelims. We will be identifying maximum of 20 topics from every subjects. Okay, that is our plan. We will not be taking every topics. Okay, most important and most recent current affairs topics. Okay, if you have any doubt, let me know. We will be continuing this for 4 to 5 days. By that time we can complete almost every aspects of prelims 2020. And thank you for being with me. Do subscribe and share the word. You can download this from the comment section also, and it will be in our description from tomorrow onwards. You can download the PDF from there. Thank you.